Good evening, folks, and welcome to the live tissue transfer, live at my place. Anyways, what I'm doing here is a live tissue transfer. So what I did was I got my sample, right, and I said I'm going to do a live tissue sample and clone this because of its size and girth. And you can see now that this is an iceberg, and you can see this is about 15 inches right there. It's about 15 inches. And so you're looking at about 2 inches that I cut off the bottom because it was substrate and I don't want to have any contaminants while doing this. And so you can see that it's 15 inches complete. So these are pretty big monsters here. And they've been growing consistently like this. This is a iceberg. And so what I want to do is clone this so that every grow that I have, they'll come out this size, all of them will be consistently this size in all the grows that I produce. Because a lot of the grows you produce, you'll find small ones and big ones growing together. And that's okay, but what you want is a good consistency like this. Because this is just beautiful. Look how big that thing is. And they've been coming out a lot bigger than that, okay? So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get my sample, right, and cut off the bottom. And then I'll take a alcohol wipe, 70% isopropyl, and then I'll just smoothly go down the outside of it, right? Just to get those surface contaminants off, You just want to get all the debris and the surface contaminants because you don't want anything splashing back into your sample. So you want to get that nice and clean. And I'm going to go ahead and put that away since we already measured it. 15 inches it be. You are a big monster. Okay, and so what I do now is after that's all done, I'll go ahead and rinse off with my isopropyl alcohol and get it all done. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take, I'm going to take my instrument and I'm going to put it in my back-tie incinerator for 10 seconds. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He did it. I'm going to put that right there and let it cool off a little bit. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully take my tissue sample and I'm going to just grab it by the bottom here and I'm going to rip up. All right. Not touching any part of the rip. Okay. You're going to leave it just like that. Don't let anything touch that part of the rib. You don't want anything touching the inside because that's the most pristine part of it. That's the most pure part of it. You don't want to mess with that and get any contaminants on there. So now I'm going to take my instrument, which is most likely fully. Okay, one thing I forgot. Okay, let me go back here. I'm sorry. One thing I forgot is to wipe down my petri dishes before I do this. You don't want any activity going on around there. So there we go. And I'm going to take my knife, which has already been pre-sterilized, and I'm going to go right here in the middle, right there. Cut me a piece, right? It's about a good enough piece right there. Not coming off of there. Like that, and I'll lay that down like that. Forgive me for the shakes. I had a little bit too much caffeine this morning, so you always want to clean all the debris off your knife before you go and sterilize it again. So I'll heat sterilize it for 10 seconds, and we'll wait, and we'll grab this. So I'll come right up here, up top. Let my knife cool down a little bit so I don't burn anything, because you don't want to burn it. You don't want it to decompose early, because if it decomposes early, then there's a chance that the mycelium won't want to eat it. So a chance that it might stagnate and the mycelium won't want to take it over right away. So there's a chance of contaminants. So what you want to do, pull in there, just like that. Pull that piece out, stab it. Pull it out, put it right on the top of your petri dish. Get it in there. There you go. Now, kitties. Oh, sorry. Need to wipe that down. I'm making mistakes, but that's okay. This, you know, I've got a lot of caffeine in me, and I'm very excited about this because this is going to be a very good clone. You know, because you clone according to size, color, and you clone according to shape, and you clone according to differentiation from the rest of the colony. So you always look for the differentiations because those are the mutants. And you want to clone those because you want to get a consistent mutant. But here I've got this situation that came up where all of my fruits were consistently this big. So I want to basically stabilize this and keep it going. And the only way to keep it going is to keep the genetics active. And if I keep the genetics active, this will be a very beautiful fruit that will continue to grow like this, you know, under all these conditions, under any conditions, and it will, you know, basically be one of my favorite genetics. This is an iceberg, so if it works out and they all come out this consistently big, I am going to start calling these Titanic sinkers. So it'll be a cute little clever name, I'm sure, but this is beautiful. I mean, it's just an awesome thing. I'm going to let that do that for 10 minutes. And so I'm going to remove this because we're done with that guy. Now we're going to clone the inside of this guy. So we can get some good samples from it. So, you know, that's the beauty of it anyways. You never want to touch the upper part of it. And you never want to let anything touch the upper part of it as well. So, you know, because then you might introduce some contaminants and things like that. So you're going to be very careful. But you always want to take it from right in the middle, and you want to take just a little piece and throw it on that petri dish, because you watch. Once you do that, it is going to grow sensational. And I will make some update videos of this. And we'll get a good updated video. Down there, and we are done. And that, kitties, is how you clone a live tissue. So now you have seen it, live tissue. You can look at it. It's alive! It's alive! All right, and so go ahead and put our tape on. We don't want to forget any step. Oh wait, I've got to label it. So actually, we'll do the tape afterwards. And that is it. Thank you for joining my video, and thank you for enjoying it, and drive safe.